Hey guys, here's my new to me 2003 Mazda protege5, which has very high mileage. It's got its issues, some mechanical, some not so much. If you know anything about these rot really badly. I have experienced that rust firsthand. This is not my first protege5. This is the second one I had. The other one I had was the 2002. Let me give you a brief little overview. In the USA, at least, we got these for 2 years, 2002 and 2003. 2002s are a little bit different. They got different wheels. They got like, I don't know how to describe it. Just look up 2002 Mazda protege5. And they got a different center console here. On the 2002s, they have like a lid that flips over the cup holders there. But other than that, I can't really think of any differences other than those two visual ones, wheels and the center console. This one I bought for $1,000 last week. Drove it about 50, 60 miles home. I don't remember. It was over an hour drive. And it did really well. The 2002 model I had it in January of this year, so not that long ago. Feels like forever ago. But it was completely rotted out. I bought it from the original owner for $700, not this one, but the rotted out one. And it was unsafe to drive on the road. And that is coming from somebody who could give a shit about rust. When rocker panels are gone on most cars, I don't care. Like, I will happily drive a car with no rockers. This car didn't just have no rockers, it had no subframe. There was a hole in the ground, in the carpet, that you could poke the carpet. And then on the passenger side strut tower, right underneath this hood here, there was a hole about the size of my hand, like this. It was absolutely insane that the thing even managed to drive home, because I took it on the highway. That thing was unsafe. And I sold it for $800, which is $100 more than I bought it for. And it's still on the road. I've checked the Carfax on that rotted out one. It is still on the road. Absolutely insane. That car was not fixable. Some random dude is just driving it as is. Oop, it's locked. The power locks do actually work. The only thing that doesn't work on this lovely hot day is the air conditioning. But the sunroof works at least, and it works perfectly. This gear knob is not the original gear knob. This is from a mid-2000s Honda Civic. I'll probably replace it. This is the original gear knob. It's pretty worn out. Oh, that's another difference, actually. 2002 models have different gear knobs. This is a 2003 gear knob. 2002s have completely different gear knobs. It's shockingly clean for 348,000 miles, by the way. About 400 of those are mine since I bought it last week. Under a week ago, actually. This radio works. It's finicky. I've never had an aftermarket radio, so I don't really know how to use it. Never smoked in. I don't know if this is the original cigarette lighter, but it's mint. And it doesn't smell like smoke at all. It just smells like a Mazda Protege. If you know how these smell, you know what I'm talking about. But, I mean, not even the seat is collapsed. Like, it's got some wear there, but it's honestly really nice. Back seat. Let me throw this in the front. Even cleaner. It's really odd to me how this car is so clean. Obviously, it was well loved. Kind of has to be. I'd say for two reasons. One, it's an enthusiast car. You know, your average Joe didn't just buy this because it's not like this was cheap. This was not a cheap vehicle. This was like a pretty expensive, actually, compared to other cheap cars at the time. There's a bunch of shit in the rear, but underneath here, very clean, original cover. Yeah. It really shocks me how many cosmetic things work on this because, I also put this on. I know it's like a shitty AutoZone brand, but I like the 2000s vibe it gives, you know. On the one I had in January with 99,000 miles and one owner, that car was a Michigan car, and then it moved here in 2015. This has been a Colorado car all its life. But on that one with 99,000 miles, the sunroof didn't even work. It was broken. And that really shocks me. It just shocks me how this one works. This 348,000 mile vehicle, it still works perfectly fine. Power mirrors work. That one like shakes a little, but I mean, other than that, still works. Yeah, let me start her up for you. The battery is shit. It's a 2020 battery, so. Yeah, let's open the hood. Has the auto feature. All the windows roll down. I'm not going to roll them down because nobody wants to see that, but, you know, I think you get the point. Most stuff on this works. I just drove this up a mountain. Sounds a little ticky. It was like that when I bought it. When I changed the oil a couple days ago, it stopped, but now it's doing it again. I think I just need to top off the oil, honestly, but I don't know. I'm not the most mechanically inclined. I mean, I can work on a car, but like that ticking noise. I've listened to other videos of how these run. Sorry, of how these run, and they sound like this. So I'm gonna assume that it's good. Yeah. That's the engine right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show you what I meant. So right here on the other one I had, this entire section about the size of my fingers, I'd say, was just gone. It was just completely rotted from all around here. And there was less metal here, I don't know, than there was rotted out. I don't know how to word it. There was more metal rotted out than there was left. Less metal, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this thing obviously had to be loved, really, to last this long. I've kind of searched for other high mileage ones, and to see like what owners say. The general thing I saw was that the engine's great. Engine will last forever. If you maintain it well, obviously. This just got a new timing belt, by the way. The guy who had it before me, or the guy before him, I don't. We'll get to this car story in a second. The specific car story. But the timing belt is brand spanking new on it, so that's great. This specific car, though, I have no clue what the story on it is. I have no clue how it ended up in the guy who I bought it from's hands. He had this like little DIY dealer. Like on the title, it said a dealership company name, but when I went to the DMV, they couldn't find it. So I don't. They kind of just told me, oh yeah, he's just a guy who sells cars, and that's a dealer, dumbass. But they obviously it wasn't a dealer. I don't know. They made it all weird. I just told them it was a guy, and they had to make it difficult. But I checked the Carfax. There's actually not like a million records. Like it's not every single oil change. Obviously, you kind of have to be mechanically inclined, and I think a car like this kind of says the owner is. Like, this is an enthusiast car. This is not a car that Joe Schmo drives. You know, this is not just a car a random person, especially a manual one, right? And with that mileage, this was not used as a beater. This was probably bought brand new and driven until the guy I bought it from acquired it. I think it was a dealer trade-in or a dealer auction, hence the name on the title and hence how he was able to get it. Like this was traded in on some new car. Yeah, I would love to talk to the original owner. I'm very curious as to. Oh yeah, here's this shakes and it's held in by a screw. But that's about it, really. Well, you can't see it because there's a hill in the way. But well, actually, kind of can. Those mountains way over there, way over there. I just drove through them, went as fast as I could. This thing is, the reason I love these so much, they're so good at cornering. I buy a lot of shitty cars, and when I bought the $700 one, oh, it's missing a lug nut there. I noticed that when I started the video, and I didn't want to mention it, but yeah, I will replace that. That's probably what I was feeling earlier. Anyway, though, sorry for all the random side tangents. Don't really feel like editing this. Oh yeah, the check engine light was on. You probably noticed that. That's for the secondary O2 sensor, which is the one that's on top of the catalytic converter. There's a YouTube tutorial of it being replaced. It's the easiest thing in the world. I'm not worried about it. Kind of just going on now. It's over, geez, 10 minutes. This is a 10-minute video. Yeah, I really like these cars. I know there's sportier, better driving cars. I paid $1,000 for this, by the way. It's also got like a really squeaky front suspension. Stuff is worn out. This is why I think it was traded in, wherever it was traded in. That is so loud. No clue what that is. Like, I've Googled the noise. There's some videos that kind of sound like it, but it's not the same screech. It's too high pitched, or it's, you know, not the same rhythm. Like, just doesn't match up. But I will definitely, obviously, be addressing that. So yeah, that's really about it. This thing has really high mileage. It's not the highest mileage one, though, actually. There is one with 641,000 miles. I don't know if it's a manual or not. I forgot. That lives in California. It's a dark blue one. But that one's an O2. And like I said, they are different. Different wheels, different gear knob, different center console thing there. Yeah, I'm technically, you could say I'm part of the Mazda Speed community. Not really. This is like, actually, no, these cars are worth a lot in good condition. Seriously. That's why I'm like really hyped about this, because one of these in like really good condition is worth like 10 grand. Well, not 10 grand, more like 7 or 8. And I got this one for 1, and the dude was asking 2 grand for it, but the listing was up for 2 weeks and he didn't get a single message except from me and one of my other accounts that I negotiated down to $1 grand on, because I didn't want to like offend him and get him to block me or something, because I wanted this car. But ever since I bought that rotted out one, I knew I had to have another, and this is that other one. Well, I'm gonna drive home now. Thanks for listening to me yap for 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Ooh, it's hot. And I don't have AC. Oh, let me show you the sunroof, actually. Look at that. Working perfectly. No clue how it still works. Because the one, although to be fair, the 99,000 mile one I had, the dude lived in Michigan and put no rust corrosion at all on it. Like, he didn't maintain his car well. So that one had 99,000 miles, but was treated like garbage for 99,000 miles. This one has well over 3 times that. But I think it's been treated very, very well. Obviously, it's been treated very, very well, or else it wouldn't be alive. I wish I knew what the status of the transmission was, because what I was saying earlier, but I didn't finish. 13 minutes already. Wow. Is that the transmissions go before the engines, even the manuals, they start to grind. But this feels really good. It shifts good. Everything's good. Like, the clutch feels fine. There's no indication at all that it feels bad. It feels better than a manual car I have with 116,000 miles. So obviously the clutch isn't original. There's no way it's original. I'd love to know when it was replaced, though. So yeah. I think that's all I have to say, all 14 minutes of it. Yeah, sorry for talking for so long. Just kind of happy about this car. Really like it. Even though it's so hot in here. Oh my God. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will post more videos about this if I fix it or what I do to it. Especially once I fix that noise. When I fix that, I'll try to make a video on it. So on and so forth. Just subscribe with the notifications on. I post videos about like shitty cars. If you like videos with shitty cars. This is not a beater though. I mean, it is, but like not a car that I'd door ding on purpose, you know. Kind of got to get one of those again. I'd have to sell something though. I don't want to have 4 cars. All right, well anyway. Yep, okay, time to go now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more shit cars like this. See ya.